Hello, everybody. I'm Kim Rooster Rossiter, the co-founder and president of Ainsley's Angels of America. More importantly, Ainsley's dad. I'm excited to be here today to bring to you episode 1 in our Spotlight Saturday video series. We're going to run this series throughout the year, and we look forward to joining you every week. But for now, I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy this series. Going to keep it under 10 minutes, and I'll see you at the finish line.
Michelle Johnson asks, where do you get information about the Blade running chair?
Details about all the custom chairs can be found on our website, ainsleysangels.org/chariots. You'll find information on the Blade, on the Axiom chair. You'll also find some more information on the Freedom push chair. The one thing I do want to point out about the Blade is that the Blade is different from any other chair on the market in the sense that Team Hoyt Running Chairs has created something that can be broken down. So this particular before you here is all the pieces for the Blade. And when you put it all back together, it looks something very similar to this chair. And allows you to do your racing and then tear it all back down. It fits into a bicycle box or a box or a bag of a similar size.
Mary Christian asks, what modifications can you make to the Freedom Rider to make it more comfortable for petite runners?
A recommendation if you have a runner who might be 5 foot or 5'2" and needs to make sure that they can maneuver the Freedom chair. One of the 2 big pointers. Number 1, you got to work on upper body strength. And I'm not trying to sound condescending, but making sure that you're fully developing your upper body strength so that you can maneuver that chair. And when you are fatigued later in a race, you can continue to power through it. Perhaps even more helpful, however, is the turning. So as you're rolling and running with the chair and you're pushing and you need to turn, a lot of times people will try to manhandle the turn. The best way to turn, honestly, is to push down. So you push down on the chair, and now you're just 2 nice easy wheels turning left and right to go around your curves.
Peggy Wolf wants to know more on positioning a rider comfortably in a chair.
Anytime you're trying to add comfort for your rider, there's so many things you can do. Just be creative about it. Swim noodles. Amazing technology, simple technology. Simply place it under the rider's legs, and this will prevent the rider from sliding forward. Very easy fix. Another example of how you may use a simple pillow to help with the positioning and comfort on the sides of the rider for lumbar support. You can also go down and get any assortment of various pillows. If you don't like the bean approach, you can use these devices. Perhaps your rider needs extra support in or near their ankles. Maybe there's something that the rider could use some support for their neck. A lot of different options. Just be creative.
Jennifer Dunn writes, I need some help with the Jogger chair for Mercy. It is pulling to the right quite a bit.
Sometimes you get a chair that'll pull to the right. I've seen it a lot. Absolutely. Good question. The biggest fix for that is to go to the front of the tire and to note a couple of things. This fork has to have the tire's axle seated as deep as it's supposed to go. So when you look at trying to fix this, if a chair is pulling to the right, the answer is probably because it's not seated all the way into the fork. So you want to loosen this front axle up. You want to maneuver it, make sure it's seated well, and then you want to tie it back up, clamp it back down, and make it seat. Now, in the event that you do that and it still doesn't work, chances are that the axle itself has wear and tear. So this side is probably seated deeper into the axle or into the fork than the other side. So in that scenario, you want to loosen it back up and you want to just force or pull up just a little bit to make it to where this is now level with the other side, and then crank it down. And you can run a test on a straight line. Also, make sure all the tires are inflated per their instructions. On a Freedom, that's 40 PSI per tire.
Sharice Smith asks how you can create awareness with non-compliant race directors.
Getting your local race directors to include you in their events starts with education. I think you could send them emails that include YouTube videos, whether it's Dick and Rick Hoyt competing in the Ironman Kiona, whether it's videos from the Ainsley's Angels 2015 Marine Corps Marathon event. You can go to various YouTube channels and search inclusion and find wonderful videos to send them and show them the value of having you included in their events. You could also have other race directors in your local area talk to them and compare notes about the successes. You, thirdly, could take copies like One Letter at a Time, written by Rick Hoyt, that show the struggles that they traveled through, but the successes that inclusion brought to the events that they participated in and the impacts that they're having across the United States. Down in Atlanta, Kyle Peace wrote, "Where there's a wheel, there's a way." What a wonderful title that really captures the essence of this answer. Education. Of course, Born an Angel, available on our website. You could donate this to every school in your local area. So many ways to educate people and to educate race directors on being inviting and inclusive. We made it, the end of episode 1. We hope this is the first in many, many more episodes. And if you keep asking questions, we're going to keep on answering to the best of our ability. We're also going to spotlight our key family members across the nation, from our riders and our runners, our guardian angels, key volunteers. We look forward to bringing you something special every week that you look forward to. And with your interaction in our Ainsley's Angels of America page, where you can offer questions in that closed group and invite your friends and family in, we can really get a wonderful dialogue about the value and importance of inclusion rolling. So for now, thank you again for coming to episode 1. My shout out to my daughter Briley, who put this amazing thing together, and we look forward to seeing everybody and your questions as we roll into the next episode. Have a great day.
A young angel.